Formagi YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk deck and the crystal cave. The air smelled damp and cold. Every step echoed against the jagged walls. A faint glimmer caught the corner of her eye. She turned and saw crystals growing from the ground like frozen fire. Her heart beat faster. The walls shimmered with colors she could not name. The floor felt uneven beneath her feet. A strange whisper brushed past her ear. She stepped closer to the largest crystal. It was taller than her, glowing with an inner light. The reflection in its surface was not her own. Her eyes widened as the image moved independently. A sudden chill wrapped around her shoulders. The shadows inside the crystal seemed to stretch toward her. Her breath came in short, visible puffs. Something inside the cave shifted, a heavy rumble beneath her feet. She wanted to run, but the path back seemed to vanish. The crystals pulsed as if alive. A low, resonant hum filled the cavern. Her own voice answered from somewhere deep inside the crystal, echoing her fears. The ground trembled. She felt the air grow thick and hard to breathe. A hand of frost touched her skin, though no one was near. Her eyes locked on the crystal, and the image inside smiled. It was not her smile. It was something darker, watching, waiting, aware. The smile lingered, stretching unnaturally, as if the crystal itself breathed. Her knees shook, but she could not look away. The hum grew louder, vibrating through her bones, filling her ears with an unsteady rhythm. She could feel her heartbeat matching it, erratic and wild. The cave seemed to expand. Shadows moved along the walls without any source. The crystals pulsed faster, each throb of light matching the thrum of her fear. She tried to step back, but the floor seemed to shift beneath her feet. A faint whisper grew louder, forming words she could almost understand. "Do you belong to me?" The voice was her own, yet distorted, layered with something alien. She spun around, searching for a source, but the cave was empty. The largest crystal began to crack. Thin lines ran across its surface like veins. A pale light spilled out, washing over the other crystals and making them glow even brighter. The reflection inside twisted, warping into something monstrous. She stumbled backward, breath catching. A sudden gust of icy air swept through the cavern, extinguishing the tiny lights she had ignored. The walls no longer shimmered with beauty. They looked jagged, alive, stretching toward her with silent menace. Something clicked in the silence, like a stone falling in a distant river. The hum stopped abruptly. Her ears rang with the sudden emptiness. The crystal image moved closer. Though it was impossible, it remained trapped inside the stone. She raised her hand, trembling. "Who are you?" she whispered, voice cracking. The crystal answered by shattering a tiny fragment, sending sparks of light across the cave. The fragments floated, hovering in midair, forming shapes that resembled faces. They stared at her, each one grinning with cruel amusement. A floor crack opened beneath her foot. She stumbled, catching herself on a jagged crystal wall. Pain shot through her fingers. She could feel the sharp edges biting her skin. The cavern seemed to breathe, inhaling her fear. The images in the floating fragments whispered all at once. "Join us. Stay with us." The voice was no longer a whisper. It reverberated through her chest, filling her mind with visions she could not comprehend. Faces twisted into grotesque forms, laughing without sound. Eyes that should have been empty stared into her soul. She tried to run. The cave shifted again, walls bending in impossible ways. Every direction led to another crystal, another glowing face. The air grew heavier, making it harder to move. She gasped, lungs burning, chest tightening. One crystal pulsed violently, brighter than the rest. It called to her, a silent command she could not resist. Her legs moved toward it, though her mind screamed to turn. The whispers were louder now, pleading, demanding. Her reflection stepped out from the crystal surface, mirror image perfect, yet darker, smiling. The smile spread, wider and wider, and the crystal's light enveloped her. She felt her body grow numb, her skin prickling as if electric currents ran beneath it. She could feel herself fading, being pulled toward the surface of the crystal. It was cold, yet intoxicating, a strange mix of fear and allure. Her hands reached out, almost touching the crystal. Her reflection reached back, grasping for her in a horrifying mockery of life. The air vibrated, thick and heavy. Every heartbeat echoed in the cavern as if the cave itself had its own pulse. Suddenly,